better conditions, better rules for a common fiscal policy. If you have a common monetary policy with a common currency, you need a framework for your fiscal policy, because otherwise you will get problems. And of course, the pressure on competitiveness in all for any economy is huge. And that have been underestimated by some member states, and now they have learned. The decision for a common currency was to give the right incentives for all economies to increase competitiveness, because in the globalized world, every European member state has to fight for competitiveness again and again. Even Germany, if we would rely for some years, we would be weakened, and therefore that's ongoing. The change, the speed of change in the globalized world is huge.
German business leaders are feeling upbeat about the economy. Now, the IFO Business Climate Index, of course, doesn't take account of the latest developments in Syria, but it climbed to its highest level in 18 months. The economy is one of the main issues in the country's federal election on the 22nd of September. Angela Merkel is seeking a third term, and right by her side is Wolfgang Schaeuble, the finance minister. In a rare interview in English, he told CNN's Nino Dos Santos, Germany's economy is solid.
If you look at the figures in Germany, we have a stable economic development, and we have it. Nevertheless, we have a very difficult economic environment in the globalized world. In the global world, look at the bridge states, look at all these uncertainties we had. We have some problems. We used to have some problems in Europe. But the German economy is stable, and it's stable on behalf of internal demand. Consumer demand has increased. Consumer demand is the most motor of our German economy, actually, and even investment demand is fine. And therefore, we, in all reports by OECD, by IMF, and by EU Commission, they report that Germany is fulfilling all conditions requested by international arrangement agreements, even taking regard on the problem of imbalances. And we have increased our labor cost. Spain has reduced its labor costs, and therefore the shift between both economies has halved.
Well, this comes back to the issue of some stronger members in the Eurozone, like, for instance, Germany, benefiting from a currency that would otherwise be paid completely differently if they didn't have weaker members of the Eurozone present, like, for instance, Spain. Many people in southern Europe would often say that German exporters benefit from the euro being lower than the Deutschmark would otherwise be.
Yes, but that's the normal behavior of human being. You always think the other one has much more advantages.
So do you deny that trend, though? Because
I would like to remind that the interest rates for southern European member states have been much higher before they joined the common European currency. Interest rate by 4% was actually for 10-year bonds for Italy. They never had before they joined the Eurozone. And it's the same for Spain or Portugal, and even for Greece. Greece is below 10%, actually. That's fine. Therefore, everyone has advantages. And of course, to German public, I always telling us, we are not wasting our money for Greece. We are investing in our own future. But our own future depends only that everyone in Europe has success and has can be in a stable situation. If Europe would be in a weak situation, every European state would suffer.
How confident are you of a win for your current coalition going forward in these elections? And also, what would it mean for Germany and for the international community, which is keenly watching these German elections?
If Chancellor Merkel will be re-elected, I am confident that we will continue to work for a stronger Europe. That's our general position. We don't want a German Europe, but we want a strong Europe. And that means every member state, including Germany, has to increase its competitiveness.
But everybody's expecting, does a stronger Europe mean more money put forward by Germany?
A stronger Europe means that everyone has to do its duty and not to ask for more money by others. That's the wrong way to get a strong Europe. That's the wrong incentive. Because it's always easy to spend other people's money. It's a temptation for every human being.
I think most people could agree with that. It's always easier to spend other people's money. Wolfgang Schaeuble talking to Nina dos Santos.